everyone, welcome back to my channel. Jennifer here. We are going to dive right into the November budget today, and we will be using my cash budgeting weekly planner. It is brand new. I just put this out on Amazon, so if you've not had a chance to pick one up, then be sure to check the description box down below, and there should be a link down there. It is also going to be linked in my Amazon storefront. So this is my first time really using the book. I've only shown it in like a YouTube video and real quick on an Instagram post, and I am super excited. The one thing that I've kind of been debating about is whether or not I am going to start at the beginning of the book or flip all the way to the back where November would be. But I think that I'm just going to start at the beginning. Honestly, I will probably pick me up another copy for 2026. So this one's going to kind of be my little practice one, and I think that that's the easiest way to dive into it. So when you first get into the book, there is a spot here for your quarterly goals and a quarterly savings challenge tracker. And then this is the undated calendar, which actually reminds me, I do need to pull up a November calendar because I have to put my dates on here. I do have some date stickers. Oh, and I have some other stickers too. These stickers I ordered off of Amazon, and I did go ahead and open them. And I got these from Amazon too. They're the Bloom stickers. I like the dates on here, but it didn't really have like any other stickers, and I've never really decorated a planner. It's something that I am kind of interested in doing, but we'll just see what kind of fall and November stickers they have in here. So here's their November. Of course, these are not going to match these, but it really doesn't matter. Again, I'm just kind of playing around with it. Eventually, I may make my own stickers, my own dates, and my own cute little stickers that I want. But these are some cute little fall stickers. So we're going to decorate it up just a little bit. I'm not all into using a whole lot of stickers, but I like stickers. I don't know if y'all do. So we have a couple of pages of November stickers in here. And then I pulled these out. We've got like basically 2 pages for each month in this packet. Some of them are really cute. Let's see what the December stickers look like. I think there's just 2 pages for December. Yeah. So kind of some little Christmassy, wintry themes. And then here's the December. I think that's pretty cute. So anyway, this is what we're going to use. We've got a couple of pages of November stickers and some dates, and we're going to quickly add the dates. I will speed through it for y'all if I need to, because it might take me a minute, and I need an actual calendar. So hold on, let me grab my phone. Okay, so the first was actually on a Saturday in November, so that will get me started. Let's set those to the side. I did get some of these little tweezers. I don't know if these will help me or not, but let's just get into it and see. Let's make sure that y'all can see the whole calendar here. Make sure we have room. And wish me luck. Hopefully these dates go on well. Well, hang on. Do I want to use this November, or do I want to use this November at the top? What do y'all think? Let me put the numbers on, and then we will come back to that. I don't know how these will work. It might be easier to take them off with my fingers. Okay, we got one done. Let me kind of speed through putting these stickers on for y'all. I'll play y'all some music if you like to listen to the music. Okay, that gets the dates on. I did have to double up on this Sunday, so just the way the month fell, but that is fine because I don't really have that much to put on Sundays anyway. So we're going to go ahead and add a couple of more stickers on here. Let's see what I like. I love the like Hello Autumn sticker. I'm going to use this one. And I'm just going to use this November, even though it doesn't match the numbers. Okay, perfect. Do I have a turkey on here? Yep, here is a cute little turkey, and Thanksgiving 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's at the end of the month this year. You know, I don't like that because that makes it hard on me at work, because the last week of the month and then the following first week of the month is always the busiest for me. And it would be better if Thanksgiving was in the third week of the month, but that is fine. And let's see what else we want to put on here real quick, and then we will dive into the budget, which is the main reason that y'all are here. But since I basically have a little blank canvas here, I thought that it would be fun to decorate it just a little bit. Do y'all like to do this? Do y'all like to decorate your planners? I'm not really like into planning. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and it's just something that I've never been able to do. Let's use this little candle. I like it. These stickers are actually easier to take off with my fingers, I think. Where do we want to put that? Let's put that up here on Sunday. And the little pumpkin down. Ooh, looky here, we got all kinds of pies and stuff. I'm gonna put this over here around Thanksgiving weekend. If y'all wanna know what my special dish is that I make for Thanksgiving, it's pecan pies. I am like the queen of pecan pies in the family. I'm actually making some this week for work because we are having our Thanksgiving. I'm not sure if it's Thursday or Friday. I need to look, but I bought enough stuff to make 4 pies. I went ahead and kind of stocked up because y'all know some of that stuff gets really picked over. And I am going to make 2 for work. I'm going to see too if my daughter wants me to make some for her to take to her job, because I used to work there and I know one of the ladies still remembers the pecan pies that I used to make. She's not at her office full time, but I thought that it would be kind of fun for her employees to try it if they want to. Okay, that's all the stickers that I'm going to use for now. I may come back after I fill in my budget and add some more, maybe even off camera. Let's see, what are these little stickers? Okay, so we've got like payday stickers and stuff like that. I can go ahead and put some of these little dollar signs on here because 1, 2, 3, 4, we both get paid on Fridays. I get paid every other Friday. Charlie gets paid every Friday. He gets paid weekly, which is nice. But, okay, I'll just wait. Let's start filling everything in. And I got this new pen. This is one of those friction erasable pens. I got it because Charlie and I have been playing around with a crossword puzzle and like doing it back and forth together that we picked up at TJ Maxx the other night. And I didn't want to like mess up a lot and have to like scribble over it. So this erases okay. So I thought that it would be good to use in my planner, just in case I make a mistake, because I tend to do that. So let's start filling out these bills. So on the 1st of every month, my mortgage is always due. And it is $1,300. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all that I think that we have found a house that we're gonna get, and I know that I've been talking about it. If we get this house, it's gonna be probably 3 times this mortgage. So your girl's budget is going to change a whole lot. I'm also keeping my current house. Now, my daughter wants to rent this house, and she has a house that she needs to sell also to be able to rent it. But if we get this other house, then we will close on it towards the end of the year, 1st of next year, and Yeah, my whole budget for 2026 will change drastically. All of the money basically that I'm saving right now is going to have to go into this new house. So I don't really know how I'm going to work that, but we're going to roll with it. Even if all I'm stuffing is cash envelopes and a few sinking funds and trying to do a little bit in savings challenges. But until I kind of figure it out and the money gets to flowing, my daughter is going to pay more than what my actual mortgage is. Probably I'm wanting like around 1700 a month. I need to add it up with property taxes, with homeowners insurance, all of that stuff, and see how much it needs to be, because I need to make a little bit of a profit. So expenses and everything is going to be crazy in 2026, but it's my choice. I'm excited about this house that we're getting. It is an older house, and guess what? It needs to be fully renovated. So that's another reason that all of my money is going to have to go into the house. But there is the potential to make a lot of money off of it. It is in a really nice neighborhood, and if we can fix it up right, and Charlie is pretty handy. He can do pretty much anything around here. So that is our goal. Okay, let's get this budget laid out. All right, so my electric bill, I don't know how much it is for November. They might have sent me a text, but I always just go ahead and budget $350. So my electric bill usually comes out on the 4th. And that is kind of high most months, except for in the winter, which we have had to turn our heat on because your girl is cold. So it might be less than that. If it is, then that's fine. It can just roll over into my buffer, into my checking account or whatever. On the 6th, I do pay for Canva right now monthly, but I think in January I may switch over to a yearly and just see if that saves me a little bit of money, because I do have my annual subscriptions envelope that I've kind of been stuffing. That's kind of for my Costco membership, for my Best Buy Total Care membership, my Amazon Prime membership, all of those things. And another thing that I think I'm going to do is create a business binder next year, because now that I have the Etsy shop and it's kind of up and going, and hopefully I sell some planners and have the income from this. And then I'm also going to have rental income, and it's going to be a little crazy. So I'm not exactly sure how to work all that out. I'm thinking about getting QuickBooks, just because I think that it will help me keep everything separate. That way I can keep up with the business stuff in QuickBooks and not necessarily have to keep up with a spreadsheet. But anyway, let's see here. Cricut. I pay the Cricut, and this is another one. I don't know if I will switch it over to an annual bill or not. I use the Cricut all the time. I don't really use the stuff that's in there except for the text, like if I'm making labels or whatever. But like all of my things that I create, my savings challenges and stuff, which, I do have a new one to show y'all real quick. It would have just went up maybe a day or two before this video. But everything that I create, that I design it in Canva and import it into the Cricut. And then I print and cut from there. But let me show you real quick my new little savings challenge. And this one is a 1K savings challenge. This is the 1K Sweet Money Stash. It's basically 26 envelopes are in here, so a 26-week savings challenge. It comes with a savings challenge tracker, and you can take this out and mark those off. These are laminated, so it will be reusable as well. And then there are 26 of these little cards, and you just save the amount on the front of these cards. And basically they increase by $3 per card, which totals up to $1,000. So you've got $1, $4, $7, $10, $13, $16. Isn't that so cute? Look at that little puppy. $19, $22, so on and so forth. I won't show you all of them, I don't think. This one's cute too. $25 on the little cake there. A piece of candy, $28. I love this one. $31, $34 here. Anyway, all of these amounts, if you save the money and then you just tuck the money in here, this is just a little pocket. So that is one thing. The money will have to be folded to be put in here. But I do think this is super cute. I like these little binders. These are disc bound. So you can just pull it out like that and pop it right back in. So you can save this in any order that you want to. You don't necessarily have to go in order. So if you want to save like a high number at first and kind of take care of it, you can. But $75 is the highest number. And that one does not increase by 3, because if I increased by 3 on all of them, it would have been $76. And I didn't want to have $1,000. I mean, it would it would have been $1,001 if I'd have done $76 here. So I wanted it to be an even 1,000. And yeah, this is my little sweet stash $1,000 26-week savings challenge. And I think that it's super cute, and it should be up on my Etsy shop. I will tag it here on the video if you are interested in snagging yourself one. Anyway, I really like these binders. I've bought something that's similar to this, and I'm going to also create a $2,500 challenge. It'll be a different theme. So I'm thinking about doing like a leopard theme on that one. We'll see. But anywho, so this is the 1K Sweet Money Stash. And yeah, I just made that this weekend. So it is brand new in the shop. Okay, I'm taking forever. This video is going to be forever long, and I apologize. Make sure that y'all are like centered here. It's hard for me to tell because I cannot see. Okay, so we've got the Cricut, which is $10, and then, and I'm having to look at my spreadsheet to see when everything is due because I don't really know off the top of my head. Okay, so here on the 10th, I've got the car wash, which we pay $40 a month, and that is unlimited car washes for each of our vehicles. So I think that it's worth it. You know, Charlie takes my car every week and fills it up with gas and washes it on Sunday. Hulu, I think Hulu went up to $25. I'm gonna have to really decide if I wanna keep Hulu, especially going into this new house. We'll see. So some things may change come the first of the year. So we've got car wash, Hulu, and water there. Netflix, I think it comes out on the 15th or around that. And it is $25. Farm Bureau is car insurance. And it is roughly $100, maybe a little bit less. I can't really remember, but I'm just going to go ahead and budget $100. So on the 23rd, I've got Apple TV and the Apple storage, which is $3. Let's see here. The Apple TV, I think it is $15 now. And then the Apple storage that I pay for each month is $3. So those both are on the 23rd. That way I know, since that one has 2 dates on it. And then the last couple of bills that I have is Verizon and Comcast, and they usually come out on the 27th, 28th. I'm going to put them here on the 27th since the 28th is Thanksgiving. My Verizon bill is about $165 a month, and Comcast, which is just internet, is $119 per month. Okay, does that take care of all of my bills? Okay, so one thing that I do, I don't withdraw money from my bills or whatever. I always just leave it in my account just because I think that it's easier. And then each Friday, I have some weeks are weekly transfers, and then on the weeks that I get paid, I do some bi-weekly transfers. So I'm just going to put those over here because I don't want to rewrite them on every Friday. So my weekly transfers. So for my mortgage, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on here, but I just have the money transferred over to like a separate little savings account, and I do $325 a week for that one. Insurance and taxes, I do save for that. That's for like homeowners insurance and land taxes. I just do $100 a week. Charlie, he gets $40 per week. That's basically for his gas and stuff. And then for the grandkids, I give them, did I misspell that? They get $10 each per week, which is $20, $40, $60, $80 because we do get paid 4 times, or Charlie gets paid 4 times in November. So basically every time that he gets paid, then these transfers just automatically happen at the end of the day. And then bi-weekly transfers. See how this penny races on here? Okay, didn't do too bad. So bi-weekly, Charlie gets $100. I get $100. We do transfer $500 over to a high yield savings account. And then I do probably have to put like $20 per week in my car for gas. So I'm just going to put gas, and this is for me, is $20 per week. I don't necessarily transfer that. We will use the card so that we can get points. I do like to use my credit card, not a debit card, just because I feel like it's safer to use a credit card, and then I do pay it off every week. So that is kind of the layout of all of my budget. LOL, y'all, I was just sitting here waiting for my video to export over to my laptop, and I thought I would add a few more stickers. So I'm inserting this here. I realized that I put this on Friday, not on Thursday. So anyway, I was like, do I get paid on Thanksgiving? Because I was putting my little dollar stickers on here for payday. Anyway, whoops. Oh well, it's fine. It doesn't matter. We actually will be celebrating Thanksgiving all weekend. Y'all know how it is. But really, this is Thursday. Duh. Anyway, I thought that was hilarious. I was like, okay, I'm going to jump in there and say something. Now, back to the rest of the video. Now, next should be our little monthly budget plan. And there is a space here to put your monthly goals. So what is my biggest concern going into November? My biggest concern is not overspending, because I have started my Christmas shopping. Not overspending for Christmas. Buying a house and everything going smoothly, because I know there will be additional expenses. Buying a house. I'm just going to put like dollar bills. I'm just going to put like dollar signs on there. What else is my biggest concern? I don't really have a whole lot per se. How can I achieve my goal? I'm going to spend from my cash envelopes, from my Christmas savings envelope sinking fund. And try to make wise decisions about the house. And when I say that, I mean, especially once we get into renovating, I don't want to put so much money into renovation that we can't get our money back out of it, plus some, if we decide to sell in a couple of years. So I want to make it nice. I want to make it what I would like, but I don't want to go over the top. My motivation is what is my motivation? I don't know. My motivation, honestly, comes from y'all. Y'all motivate me. My motivation is my budgeting family, because y'all do motivate me. Doing these videos keeps me on track, and I love you guys. So anyway, I may not fill this out every month, but I thought that it would be fun to do it this first month. So for our income, and I just like to total our income up just because I don't want to like detail everything, but we should have about $10,000 in income. It should be maybe a little bit more than that, but 10,000 is what we are going with for this budget. Now for all of these expenses, that's what I actually just wrote down over here. So let's see what these total up. And I have to take into consideration these transfers too. So we've got $1,300, which I will not count that mortgage weekly, plus $350, plus 15, plus 11, plus 10. Can y'all see the calculator? There we go. Plus 10, plus 40, plus 25, plus 100, plus 25, 100 for Farm Bureau, plus 15, plus 3, plus 165, plus 119, plus insurance and taxes will be $400 because I will do 100 per week. Charlie will get what? 40, 80, 160 because he gets 40 per week. And then the grandkids, well, I do $10 to each of them per week, which is $20. So their total is 80. They're not getting $80 each week for each of them. They each get 10. There's 2 of them. So $20 a week goes into their accounts. And then for the bi-weekly transfers, so Charlie will get 200, I will get 200, and we have 1,000 going into savings. And then I should spend about $20 per week in gas, so plus 80. So we've got $43.98. We are just going to go ahead and say $4,400 for our bills. I'm not going to rewrite those. We will just round up on that. So $4,400 will go to bills, and so that will total $4,400. And then remaining balance is going to be $10,000 minus $4,400. So $5,600. Now for my cash envelopes. Okay, so I don't have a whole lot of cash envelopes. I only have 5. So I have groceries, dining out, miscellaneous, shopping. Well, and then I do have my personal. I'll put Jennifer and Charlie. I don't really have an envelope for Charlie, but I do give each of us $20 on the weeks that I get paid. So for groceries, y'all know I budget $300 per week, so that's $1,200. Dining out, I just budget $40 per week, so that's $160. I really want to work on getting this grocery expense down because it's so expensive. And especially if we buy that new house, y'all, not only am I going to be counting all my pennies, I'm going to be trying to reduce this balance here. So I may not just be doing my regular little la-di-da public shopping and everything that I normally do. Miscellaneous, I usually do just $10 a week. No, $20 a week. I think I do for miscellaneous. So I think $80 for miscellaneous. And I do the same for shopping. And then I get $20 each time that I get paid. So I will get paid twice. And then Charlie gets the same. So let's see what that totals. So we've got $1,200 plus $160 plus $80 plus $80 plus $40 plus $40. So that is $1,600 exactly. That's nice. And if I take that from the $5,600, then we have $4,000 left to carry over to sinking funds and savings challenges. Okay, for sinking funds, I have quite a bit of them. Let me see how many lines I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I have like 18 sinking funds, which I may lower that in 2026, especially since we're probably going to get this house. But how do I want to do this? Okay, we're going to combine some. So we're going to do like Sophie and Ozzy together. This will work. Okay, Sophie's going to get 20 per week, which is 80 for the month. Ozzy gets 160 for the month. He gets twice as much. Let me fix this. And that's why I wanted erasable pens. So Sophie gets $20 a week. And Ozzy gets $40 a week. So Sophie's going to get 80 and Ozzy's going to get 160. So that's 240 for the dogs. Okay, let me try to speed through the rest of this real quick. I could put cats on here too. We'll just let the cats, yeah, let me put the cats on here as well. The cats, they don't get very much. They get $10 a week. So they're only going to get a total of 40. So this is going to change to 280. Okay, so that's all of the animals, $280. There are a couple of sinking funds that I'm not going to save for the next 2 months because the holidays are coming up. So that will give me a couple of extra lines. So emergency, I usually just do $10 a week. So that's just $40. Vacation, I'm not going to put anything in vacation in November and December. We will not be taking any more vacations this year. And we probably won't, unless we take like a quick trip or something next year, depending on how it's going with the house and the renovations and everything. We may even skip going to Florida, especially if I decide to put a pool in this house. So with all that being said, I'm not budgeting for vacation. Cleaning, I am going to just budget for one cleaning for my daughter. She has not really been cleaning that much. I know that she wants to, but it's almost impossible. So I'm just gonna stuff for one cleaning, which is $200. Taxes, I am going to save for my taxes $200. Do I want to put anything else on this line? No, I'll just leave taxes alone. And then I'm going to put household and subscriptions on here. So for household, I'm going to budget $100 for the month, and subscriptions is going to get $80. So $180 total for the month for household and subscriptions. And I think that takes care of all of my high priority sinking funds. And then my lower priority, I have beauty. I'm just going to combine beauty and clothing because they're pretty much the same. So beauty, I'm going to budget $80 for the month, and clothing is also going to get $80 for the month. So $160 for those two categories. The grandkids, I do put a little bit into their envelope. In addition to the money that I put in the bank, they basically get $10 a week. So that's going to be $40 for them. And then we've got gifts and Christmas. Gifts and Christmas. I'll combine those. So for gifts, I'm just planning on adding $100. And Christmas is actually going to get $200. So that will be $300 there. And then I have furniture, renovations, tech, and luxury. So for furniture, I'm going to budget $80 for the month. And then for renovations, I am budgeting $160. And we are supposed to be getting our new bathroom vanity put in. Tech and luxury is not going to get anything. So tech, luxury, and vacation is all getting $0. So I'm not even going to put them on here. Now let me total this up and see how much we will have left for savings challenges. $280. It's been a hot minute since I've made a budget like this too. This is good practice. Okay, $1,640 is what that totals. And let's see what we have remaining. So we had $4,000 minus $1,640. So that leaves us $2,360 for savings challenges. So for savings challenges, I will just put the rest in here. I'm not going to decide how much is going to go where. I know that I have an amount that will all go into I try to do $200 a week into the 20K challenge. And then we have the weekly budget plan and then a cash tracker. There should be 5 of these with each month. And so whenever I go to do my first cash stuffing, which is probably going to be soon because it is already the end of the first week of November. So anyway, that is going to take care of my little monthly budget. And yeah, we will see if I can stick to it. I do love having my book that I can use and like flip back and forth to. So, you know, we will have to kind of see how everything goes. And yeah, hopefully I can follow along with my budget. And I love my book so much. And I hope that y'all do as well. So yeah, this book will probably only have the 2 months in it. And then I will start a new one for next year. But I did want to go ahead and just start using it just to show y'all to see if this is something that y'all want to use. And yeah. So with all of that, that is going to wrap up the monthly budget. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you want to grab yourself a planner and be ready for 2026, this is available in Amazon, like I said at the beginning. So grab you one. And if you want some savings challenges, check out my Etsy shop. I'm trying to come up with some new things and put that out as quickly as I can. Y'all know that I work a very full-time job, which I am very thankful for. And I'm also very thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for each and every one of you that has purchased anything from my Etsy shop. I'm thankful for you, even if you have not purchased anything, even if you just show up here and just watch my videos. That does support me. And I do notice each and every one of you. I try to comment back to everyone. I really try my best to respond as quickly as possible. And I try to be here and, you know, provide things that will help y'all, whether it's with meal plans, with my weekend vlogs and meal prep videos, whether it's financial or whatever. And y'all, I am so not perfect. I am always a work in progress. Let me tell you, I am always working on myself physically, mentally, spiritually, and yeah, financially. You know, I feel like it is all kind of combined, and I find that I'm actually more productive, and just overall I feel better if I take care of kind of all of those things. And I used to not really take care of my finances. I mean, I was just like paying my bills and spending my money until I did the 100 envelope challenge last year in 2024. And then I thought, I'm going to give this a try and see how I like it. And it has just kind of progressed, and I love it. And here we are. So anywho, that is going to end today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Be sure to like this video, hype this video up if you like it. And yeah, if you make it all the way to the end, leave this emoji right here. And I love you guys. I will see you all in the next video. Bye. Love y'all.